When you make a prequel to, a sequel to, a remake of one of these classic, or not even classic, cult classic, just nerd favorite late 70s, mid 80s horror movies like the Nightmare on Elm Street, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or the new one, The Thing, for which they've made a prequel, you are running this like incredibly crazy gauntlet of psychotically disturbed, vituperative, vicious nerd idiots that will tear your movie apart. What you're doing is messing with something that's precious to them. It's a precious part of their identity. There's a bunch of people out there who have built their identity on their love of these kind of original horror movies. They get mad and they say, George Lucas, you raped my childhood, or whatever, because they overreact maybe, or they don't overreact. That's a debate for another time. But either way, what I'm saying is you gotta be brave and you gotta do things right. And interestingly, the prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing, which is also called, confusingly, The Thing, it doesn't do the normal mess-up thing. It's not shoddy and crappy with really terrible teen actors. It messes up in a completely different way, unfortunately. It's got a bunch of really good actors in it. It's shot really well. It's really well put together. It's just, unfortunately, not scary. It's almost too solid of a horror film. It's a really cool idea as a prequel because it takes a whole bunch of very specific things from the original Thing movie, the helicopter chasing a dog, an axe in a door, and it builds a reasonably coherent structure for how those things ended up happening. It sticks to that original mythos really, really well, and that's a neat part of it. It, however, doesn't manufacture much in the way of thrills or chills or screaming. And instead of having the main character be a rootin'-tootin', charismatic helicopter pilot played by Kurt Russell, the main character in the film is a scientist, a smart, capable woman, tough, made, theoretically, you can tell what they're going for, is in the Ripley mode from the Alien franchise, a character played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The problem is she doesn't get scared because she's a smart, capable scientist woman. She never screams. The movie has a whole bunch of scenes of this horrible, gross body horror monster transforming, and a whole bunch of people kind of going, looking at it and backing away and shooting it with flamethrowers, but nobody ever just goes, ah, and runs away and screams. So we never get that runaway, screamy feeling. And thus, the horror part of the whole thing kind of falls flat. It's weird to criticize a movie for being too competent, technically, in terms of not filling a movie with bare-boobed, shrill, screaming, naked teenagers, but I'm doing it. So what did you watch instead? Watch another piece of classic, schlocky, early 80s horror that has kind of been ignored as the years have gone by, and watch David Cronenberg's Scanners. It's another horror mystery twist thing where bloody body parts explode and there's mysterious motives. It's from the same time period as John Carpenter's original version of The Thing, and it's thematically and tonally kind of similar. You may disagree with me, but to do that you'll have to watch it again if you haven't seen it recently, or watch it if you haven't seen it, period, and let me know if you think I'm an idiot. Because I think they're kind of similar, and I wish that I'd watched Scanners instead, so that's what you should do.